very good afternoon to the august panelists and everybody sitting here. Today I will be talking about 7-year post-operative outcomes following IOL implantation in the bag with anterior vitrectomy or posterior optic capture without vitrectomy in children below the age of 4 years as a randomized clinical trial, and we have no financial interest. We started this study several years back to compare long-term outcomes, mainly visual axis obscuration and other serious post-operative complications following cataract surgery and in-the-bag IOL implantation with anterior vitrectomy, which is a standard surgery protocol for all children below 4 years, for most of us pediatric cataract surgeons, versus posterior optic capture. That means IOL placed in the bag and the optic captured through the PCCC, and no vitrectomy being performed in these eyes, even if the child was below 4 years. This was a prospective randomized controlled clinical trial, and 61 eyes of 61 children were enrolled initially. No other ocular comorbidities or surgeries was an inclusion criterion, and of course consent was obtained. The same intraocular lens, a 3-piece hydrophobic acrylic IOL, was used in both groups. In group 1, we performed limbal anterior vitrectomy, manual anterior and posterior capsulorhexis, and in the bag IOL. Whereas in group 2, we performed same manual anterior posterior capsulorhexis, same 3-piece lens, but after placing the IOL in the bag, the optic was slid behind the posterior rhexis margin to attain an optic capture. Again, the most important difference, no anterior vitrectomy was performed in these eyes. And like I said, standardized protocols and parameters were used. For this report, we are reporting up to 84 months follow-up, and we performed an examination under anesthesia for any child whenever we felt that we could not capture whatever outcomes measures we needed, which included VAO, significant VAO, that means coming into the central visual axis, and that required an intervention during any time of this 7 years follow-up was documented. Glaucoma obviously was looked at, and inflammation in the terms of cell deposits or posterior synechiae, or the need for an anterior membranectomy. Now group 1 and 2 each had 30 and 31 eyes enrolled. The mean age in both groups was about 18 and 15 months of age. And in both groups, about 45% children were below the age of 1 year. So this is the most crucial time for VAO and other complications. So half of our patients almost were in that age group. Our mean follow-up for this report was 95 months. In group 1, it was 97 months, and in group 2, it was about 100 months. And it's a very important data that only about 75% children in both groups completed the follow-up, and this was after free follow-ups. These were all without any charge, and where we had to call the patient and keep scheduling follow-ups. Still 25% in both did not finish more than 5 years of follow-up. At final follow-up, mean visual acuity in both groups was quite good, 0.6 logmar, comparable, no statistical difference. 3 eyes in group 1, that means where vitrectomy was performed, and only 2 in group 2 where capture without a vitrectomy was done, needed any secondary procedure for a significant VAO. And where these were performed, most of these, if you note, were performed within the first 2 to 2.5 years after surgery in both groups. But in the optic capture group, both eyes were a little later, 21 and 30 months after surgery. So yeah, the point is that with newer techniques, lesser children are now needing VAO surgeries, but whatever happens is mostly in the first 2 to 3 years after surgery. Same thing in a tabulated form here. If you can see here, in both groups, the number of VAOs were comparable, no statistical difference. And if we look at children below the age of 1 year and above the age of 1 year, when we looked at the incidence of glaucoma, 2 eyes in the bag and vitrectomy group developed glaucoma versus 1 eye in the optic capture group had, but this eye was above the age of 1 year. So yeah, glaucoma incidence, no statistical difference, but there was no additional glaucoma by performing an optic capture. In fact, if at all, maybe less. We do realize that this is a skill-dependent procedure, and you need a perfectly sized and centered PCCC. So this is something, particularly in children below 6 months, it may be a limitation to perform, but above that, we find that it is very useful, and the complications and visual acuity seem comparable. Why do we want to do this? Because if we can eliminate an anterior vitrectomy, which is an additional procedure in an unknown, non-visualized area, you may be helping the child in terms of glaucoma or other long-term complications. So I think this is the longest reported follow-up in a randomized manner of this technique. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali. So, do you want to start? You want me to start? Okay. So based on your study, you're trying to say that VAO was less significant in children.
No, it was comparable with both
It was
techniques.
comparable.
Yeah.
And glaucoma between 2 and 1. So that's
That's also comparable.
yeah. So how can you conclude that not doing an anterior vitrectomy
So
may be
what,
a better?
what
if
we
it
are
is
saying that
comparable?
that is a good option and it is equally safe and effective as compared to the standard protocol where you could avoid one additional step and still have equal. We are not saying one is superior, but they are both comparable.
Yes, so you're talking about comparison between visual axis opacification and glaucoma. What about other parameters? Lens position, whether lens was tilted or not in this particular follow-up period. Or let me finish, post-operative inflammation. There are so many parameters we look at post-operatively in a child, which is responsible for not only their vision, but also their inflammation and all other things, their refractive status. So have you looked at all those?
Yes,
or
ma'am.
It's only
So,
these two parameters?
No, we have looked at the primary outcome measures were vision, glaucoma and visual axis obscuration, but inflammation was evaluated in the form of cell deposits and synechiae, and there was a comparable incidence in both. And we have also, we are looking at UBM studies in these, like you said, because these are below 4 years. It's very difficult to evaluate clinically, but our UBM studies are ongoing in terms of position. And we do see anterior capsule phimosis in the capture group. But fortunately, none of these eyes have been severe enough where they have come into the pupillary area and necessitated an membranectomy or enlargement. So, yeah, that's a very valid
refractive
point.
status, astigmatism.
Astigmatism is comparable. Yes.
So I have a question. What are the surgical complications you encountered? Capture sometimes doing it in a 1 year versus a 4-year-old, the posterior capsule would be different. So saying that it's a reasonable alternative, what about the surgical issues which you probably must have had and
True.
you'd like to know?
True, Dr. Sukhija. That's I think the most important part that, like I mentioned also, it's very difficult to perform in children below the age of 6 months. And we had 3 eyes out of the 31 that were recruited originally scheduled for capture, where we ended up having a vitreous phase disturbance. And therefore, we had to perform an anterior vitrectomy. So in all these protocols, obviously you stain the vitreous, and if there is anything, we had to do a vitrectomy. And in one eye, we could not perform an optic capture. But other than that, again, this is with experience we could do in younger children, but I do acknowledge that below 6 months particularly, this is a very difficult technique. Thank you.
We'll move on.
Yes, so that's again a thing that's single piece hydrophobic, but when you capture, because of that thick optic haptic junction, no, that also has a 3-piece. Correct. Yes. Yes, that would be a more real-world comparison, but when we look at scientific data, we were being questioned that why would you compare apple and orange? So to keep everything uniform, we have made a standard method.